the coolest dude in the garage now. And I don't know if that's always been the case.
I think that's on me.
I'm being serious. You're walking around with, like, you got Luka at the track, who's an NBA star.
I'm just hanging out with cool people.
Yeah, no,
sure.
I think it's like birds of a feather, you know? What's different about you this year?
Well, when you get to represent Michael Jordan and drive for 2311, you know, it has some perks to it, for sure. Michael knows a lot of cool people.
Do you feel like you have a swagger now? Are you just...
They're helping me a lot.
No.
They're making a case for me. They've given me the tools to definitely at least try to pull it off, right?
Okay. Does that translate inside of the race car?
Yeah, you know, I'd say the biggest thing isn't necessarily like the on-track stuff, but it's like the expectations that come with it, right? I remember a time that if I qualified 15th in a cup race, I was over the moon excited. And now if I qualify 15th in a cup race, it's harder to be much more disappointed than I am, but that's just goes to show where this team is heading. So it's nice to have those higher expectations and week in and week out, put ourselves in that top 5 conversation.
Here's Reddick to the inside for second. Reddick may challenge for the lead.
Turn that music up, took that pain away for a rainy day. Enjoy yourself today, keep your peace of mind, lift your feet aside. While the scenes are right, have yourself a good time, cause you deserve it. A good time, cause you deserve it.
Where are the expectations falling on the most, that you feel the most pressure? Because I look at you guys and Netflix is following you around the racetrack, and you and Bubba are both having really fast cars every single week. Is it a phone call from the boss man that sets the expectations in check, or what is it?
It's Michael Jordan, so the expectations got to
The
be
GOAT.
there, right? Exactly. Everything he's accomplished and everything he's touched, watching its success. Example given, this too. It's not just him though, you know, the other owners are very successful in other aspects of business that they've been a part of. And then of course, Denny Hamlin's very much the same type of person, right? So I feel like we've got 5 or 6 Cup crew chief caliber, you know, individuals in the shop. They're helping guide the ship. This team pumps out 2 race cars onto the racetrack, but not at any point does it feel like there's 2 teams in the shop or 3 teams in the shop. It feels like one team, and I think that really taps well into the motto, which is forward together. We all work towards the same goals, and I feel like this whole group does a really good job of working together.
Find yourself a good time, cause you deserve it. A good time, cause you deserve it. A good time, cause you deserve it. A good time, cause you deserve it.
How early in your Xfinity career did you realize that you could be a Cup driver and do it on Sundays?
Winning the first Xfinity Series championship made me think it was a possibility.
Tyler Reddick, the 22-year-old, is the Xfinity Series champion. The 2019 NASCAR Xfinity Series championship belongs to Tyler Reddick, who will go back-to-back in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Going out there and winning that second Xfinity Series championship the way we did, being able to switch teams like that and go out and win a second championship made me feel like that it was going to happen at some point. It went down the way that it did, and I ended up moving into the 8 car the next year.
So we go into the 8 car. You get your first win at Road America in 2022. What do you remember from that win now, looking back?
The race kind of played out in the way that I feel like a veteran would kind of win a Cup race. You know, nothing too crazy, just hang around methodically. We got 1 car, I feel like, every restart. And then, you know, on that last stage, we were behind the 9, and we needed to close the gap a little bit. And we were just a little bit better than he was. I thought he was going to kind of pull away, but he started to lose a little bit of security in the braking zones, and I knew I had a little bit of room to gain on him there. So it just came together. It wasn't anything super crazy. It didn't take any crazy moves. It was just a smooth, methodical race.
We did it! Yeah!
And then, fast forward to the Zoom heard round the world. We all thought it was just a regular Zoom with Denny Hamlin for his media availability, and in pops Tyler Reddick.
Tyler will be joining the 2311 and Toyota family starting in 2024. I raced against him. I wanted him, and I got him.
Why did you guys do it that way? Just to surprise everybody?
Well, honestly, we wanted it to be our news. You know, Toyota wanted it to be their news. I wanted it to be my news with 2311 and vice versa. I let the team know what was going down, where I was going to be going in the future after my contract with RCR had ended. And, I mean, 15 minutes later, we announced it on the Zoom.
Any hurt feelings on the other end of the page?
I certainly think so. You know, it wasn't even on my radar about racing anywhere else in the future. You know, I thought my future was He's gonna be with RCR for a very, very long time. That's how things go sometimes. Sometimes the timing's not right.
Sure.
I was looking for something a little different than I think they were willing to do at the time. And Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, and 2311 were willing to make what I was looking for possible.
What were you like as a kid? What was your personality as young Tyler?
I think it mirrors Bo. He gets very hyper-focused on one thing or another, has a lot of energy, just runs crazy. I pretty, as my mom tells me, me and Bo were pretty much the same person growing up.
All right.
So yeah.
How has it been having Bo at the racetrack?
It's a lot of fun. When he gets going, it's hard to
Reel him in.
reel him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's just got so much energy. He's really excited. I want to run good for Alexa. I want to win the race when Bo's there, so he can celebrate it and be there.
He's a Chase Elliott fan, but you and I have also spoken this year. He's coming around to old dad.
I've at least entered the same sentence now. It depends on the weekend. I think it
Oh.
depends on the finish.
Okay.
But whoever finishes better than the other will be first. When things don't go right, he tells me you just need to go out there and wreck everybody else, and you'll still win.
Tyler Reddick has been the fastest man all day. 3 wide for the lead. Tyler Reddick will lead this lap.
Your name is mentioned when we talk about the future of the sport, and the talent just keeps growing and growing in the world of NASCAR. How do you, as a member of that younger generation, feel about the future of the sport?
It's gonna be very competitive. You know, I think a lot of those drivers are very capable at a lot of the racetracks that we go to. It's just gonna be a matter of the details, right? Especially in this next gen era. Things that we do here in the shop preparing these cars when we take them to the track are critical. So we're just gonna have to keep pressing away on those. And I'd say now more than it was 5-6 years ago, we're having to dump more hours in the simulator and more hours into prep. But I'm all right with that. I wanna win, and I'm willing to do as much as I can to help contribute to that.